What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this politics and BS. Man, when I tell you, when I get things confirmed to me that was already in my spirit, but it wasn't news that I heard about, but it was just something that I kind of felt, I love it. I love to feel when these situations come out that confirm something that I didn't know about, I didn't get any news about, no one told me about, whispered in my ear or whatever, but I just kind of have a feeling that this is something that has transpired. I love to share it. And this is about Nikki Haley, or Nimrata. Okay, that's what we're going to call her around here. I know she likes to be called Nikki, but we're going to call her Nimrata because that's exactly who she is. A sellout, a cover-up, and just really confirms the feelings that I had about her. She was the former governor of the state of South Carolina. She's currently running to be the Republican nominee for president, which it's not going to happen. But anyway, I don't believe that she felt like she was going to be the presidential nominee anyway. I feel that this is just her way of trying to show those MAGA Trump supporters and even the man himself that she is the right person for the job when it comes to VP, because we already know that he's not going to be picking the man that people were screaming to hang on January 6th of 2021. So anyway, with that being said, I remember when this chick started running for governor in the state of South Carolina years ago, and all of these commercials were running, showing this chick, and I was like, who is she? Where did she come from? And I tell you no lies when I said, this looks like some plant that also probably was having physical situations with people to help her to get to the place where she even has the audacity to run for governor in the state of South Carolina. I did not believe that she was actually going to win that seat, but she actually did. She really won. And with all of that being said, she served, I believe, 2 terms. And then she became a part of Trump's cabinet. And now she's running for president against her former boss. But with that being said, now this news is coming out about her affairs. And I said, what? Not Nimrata. Not the former governor of South Carolina. Not the person who was a part of Trump's cabinet. Not the one who wants to claim that she did so much for South Carolina by bringing so many jobs here, which, to be honest with you, isn't the greatest, because she allowed Boeing, who was primarily based in the state of Washington. It's a big union-heavy state. So they allowed Boeing to come to this state of South Carolina, all of these jobs, all of these people that, to be honest with you, are primarily unqualified to have a lot of the positions that they have, pay them lower wages. And now you all are wondering why Boeing planes are having door panels and whatever dropping from the planes as they're in the sky, and all of these other issues that they're having. Think about that. And they are able to come to the state, pay no taxes, and get all of the benefits, pretty much take over the area where the airport is. And now it just looks like Boeing country. It's absolutely insane, as well as the fact that this guy that came into a church that is not far from my grandmother's house in downtown Charleston on one evening when they were having Bible study to come in and slaughter these African American people in this country and in this state that Nimrata says has never been a racist country, right? So things like that happen in a country that's not racist, doesn't have racism ever existing. And she wanted to claim the credit for taking down the Confederate flag from hanging over the State House in Columbia, South Carolina, after that happened. And don't you know there were people that still wanted that flag to hang high after that happened? But the reason she was the one to say, no, we finally got to take it down, even though there were people that were fighting to have it taken down prior to that happening. And she said no. She did it then because, one, it was just going to look horrible. We had at the time the president of the United States, Barack Obama. He came to Charleston to the funeral of the gentleman who was a senator at the time. I mean, it was a tragic situation. I'll never forget, I should say. That's a day we'll never forget. And I remember where I was when I heard the news of that happening. It's tragic. It's terrible. But the reason she wanted to have it taken down during that time is because if after that happening, she didn't take it down and she knew she had higher aspirations in government to go further, it wasn't going to be a good look for her. So now she's using that as a part of her stump in running to say, I took the Confederate flag down. And she still does not call it a symbol of hatred and racism. She just really is calling it something that monster used when he came in to do what he did in that church that evening. And because she feels like now it's connected to that, but it's always been connected to that. That's why he had it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like something where we always see a banana as something that is nutritious, joyful, tastes good. You can make a lot of different things out of it. And because he came in there to slaughter all of these people and he had a banana with him, now we're going to look at bananas as evil. No, the Confederate flag always had that stain on it. You know what I mean? But now this news is coming out about her affairs. And I want to play this clip. This is actually from, I believe this is the Undisputed YouTube channel, but I'm going to put the link to the video in the description box so that you can look at it. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this.
Nikki Haley, according to the report, has been exposed as being a prolific cheater on her husband. Not one affairs, but at least two. And they signed sworn affidavits to the affairs. It is now creeping back up in her campaign. If she believes she's going to get a pass like Donald Trump, she has another thing coming. Here's the commentary.
Seemingly confirming what was apparently an open secret in South Carolina. New reporting from the Daily Mail alleges former governor and current GOP hopeful Nikki Haley had affairs with her communications consultant and a married lobbyist prior to becoming the Palmetto State's chief executive. Two eyewitnesses, Will Folks and Larry Merchant, signed affidavits in 2010 alleging they had a sexual relationship with Haley before she went on to become governor. Haley has previously denied the affairs, though GOP insiders in South Carolina allege the affairs were, quote, brazen and widely known. So, Jessica, this, as mentioned in the opener, were considered open secrets in South Carolina that Nikki Haley had been philandering around the state with members of her party before becoming governor. And I've even heard allegations that it continued while she was governor. Now her husband is in the military and is deployed on occasion, which would give her opportunity. Of course, legally, you have to be careful about what you say. She has denied the affairs, but this Daily Mail report apparently has access to these 2010 sworn affidavits that were previously not available to the public.
According to the report, Governor Haley was getting it in. Put up the picture full mask. Daily Mail that broke the story. Okay? The Daily Mail broke the story. They have now been banned from the Nikki Haley campaign. They cannot come to events. They cannot ride on the tour bus because, according to the campaign, the publication lied on the presidential candidate. On Friday, a Daily Mail reporter and photographer, they were told to leave the campaign event at a diner in New Hampshire. They were also told they were now banned from covering any future events. That is a very Trump-like thing to do. I understand where you got the move from, Haley. But if you believe that you're going to be treated with the same type of, acceptance as Donald Trump was, you got something else coming. Remember, Donald Trump is on record for cheating on his wife. Hell, we got the payment stub. Donald Trump is on record for saying he just walks up to women, grabs them out of a JJ. We have that on recording. What did they do to Trump? Nothing. They made him president. All right. According to the Daily Mail, Haley, a spokeswoman, Chaney Denton, addressed the reporter and photographer, pointed to the door and said, Daily Beast is not credentialed for any more events. I'm politely asking you to leave. When the Daily Mail reporter followed up to ask whether this ban will be in effect for the rest of the campaign, the spokesperson said, yes, end quote. According to the Daily Mail, Denton later told an editor that the publication was banned because it was printing lies about the presidential candidate. The ban comes after Daily Mail published a story reporting that Haley lied when denying that she had cheated on her husband. She was accused of engaging in affairs twice during her South Carolina gubernatorial campaign. And listen, the Daily Mail article is quite graphic from explaining where to kind of like hopping in a minivan and letting the seat back and what Haley was doing. It is extreme. All right. It's a lot of detail.
Listen, not her getting it in a minivan. Oh my God. You couldn't even get a freaking hotel room? Seriously. But this does not surprise me. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I can remember having conversations with people about her when she was the governor. And I just said, there's something about this lady I do not like. I don't trust her. And where did she come from? And I said, I feel like she was doing some things with some people to get to the position of where she is, because who is she and where did she come from? And then we get this news that how she was screwing around before she became the governor of South Carolina. And listen, I wouldn't doubt any of the things that were said. Do I have proof of them? I don't. So again, these are all allegations, but the allegations that are out there, I believe them. I have the right to believe the allegations. So I'm not saying that they're true. I'm saying these are allegations that are out there that I absolutely 100% believe. And yeah, you don't want these people that reported on this to be coming to your campaign stops. They may just come just to report what you said. They may not come in there to ask you any questions about the people that you were alleged to be screwing in the minivan. I mean, seriously, but I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it whatsoever. Something about a woman who is doing her best to make herself look like she is a tan Caucasian woman whose name is Nikki and married a Caucasian man so she can have the last name Haley, will not use her first name Nimrata. Something about her, it's like, yeah, you're covering stuff up. I'm sorry. And I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this because I felt like it confirmed my suspicions about her. And again, these are allegations, but there are people that signed sworn affidavits. And listen, I'm not saying that people who haven't signed sworn affidavits were not always, were always honest. People can put their hand on the Bible and lie, but I'm just saying that I believe the allegations to be true, and I would really love to know what you guys think. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.